والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. سبحانك لا فهم لنا إلا ما فهمتنا إنك أنت الجواد الكريم. وقل رب زدني علما. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. وتعاونوا على البر والتقوى ولا تعاونوا على الإثم والعدوان واتقوا الله إن الله شديد العقاب. صدق الله مولانا العظيم. So here again, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala puts forward a overall principle which basically is the formula for the success of this world and the next in every aspect. وَتَعَاوُنُوا عَلَى الْبِرِّ وَالتَّقْوَى. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala exhorts, moreover orders, that we should help one another. Ta'awunu, mutual helping, mutual assistance. عَلَى الْبِرِّ وَالتَّقْوَى, righteousness and taqwa. And as we have throughout the month of Ramadan, we've been focusing on this theme of taqwa, which is some translated as Allah consciousness. Well, it stems from Allah's consciousness, because when we're conscious of Allah, then we fear Him, then we have awe for Him, we honor His orders, and we abstain from His prohibitions, because we are cognizant that we have a Creator who is always ever watching over us. يَعْلَمُ خَائِنَةَ الْأَعْيُنِ مَا تُخْفِي الصُّدُورُ, knows, the treachery of the eyes, what they see, and what is moreover in the hearts of men. This is the basis of Islamic jurisprudence. This is the basis of Sharia. This is the basis of the whole Islamic system. Without this, it doesn't work. Taqwa is the basis of all of this system. Without taqwa, it doesn't work. And that's what we've been saying again and again. All of these legislative initiatives in the Quran are always merged with targheeb and tarheeb, motivation and exhorting towards the cognizance of the hereafter, the cognizance of the death, the cognizance of the accountability after death. Then the system works. Then people will actually help one another in righteousness, because of the fact that we realize that righteousness is the only thing that's going to help us with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala not only in the hereafter, the reckoning, but the conditions of the world. We tend to think that, as generally Muslims have this understanding, they say, yes, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is in control of everything, but actually, mentally, what is basically understood is that in the hereafter we'll be held account, but the conditions of the world, it depends on the material interactions. But it doesn't. Everything in the universe, whether it's tangible or intangible, whether it's things or whether it's conditions, it's all creation. And there's only one creator, and everything else is His creation. Conditions are also His creation. So conditions we find in the world are His creation. So if we're not happy with what's going on, then why is this happening? Inna Allah la yughayyiru ma biqawmin hatta yughayyiru ma bi anfusihim. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't change the conditions of a people until and unless they change what is in their hearts. It's at the same token, if good conditions deteriorate, then it means there's a deterioration from within us, and therefore there's a deterioration without us, outside. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is constantly exhorting us to join and mutually help one another in righteousness and in the acquisition of taqwa, which is the basis upon which we will actually be able to perform righteous action. And don't help one another in wrong, in sin, and animosity. And this is what's going on in the world today. There's cooperation. There's always going to be cooperation. But cooperation is either of the first category, in righteousness, or cooperation towards irrighteousness. And that's what we have today. There's all types of cooperative initiatives going on to help the rich get richer, the powerful get more powerful, and it's all based on ithm al-udwan. It's sinful, and it's aggression, And because there is no cognizance of the hereafter, there's no cognizance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or the accountability. When man doesn't have this cognizance, he's the most treacherous creation in the universe. That's what we have today. And so we need to understand that man by nature, and Imam Ghazali rahimahullah in Ihya, he talks about this whole system of interaction and transactions among human beings, and that every human being is connected with other human beings, like it or not. No human being has everything that he needs. No human being has all the services at his disposal. Can he do that himself? He needs other people, and that's the way society is. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala engineered society in that way. So we're going to have to cooperate with one another one way or the other, right? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has placed in this, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given, consider the various occupations and professions of human beings. I mean, somebody sweeps streets, somebody is, creates missiles, somebody, runs businesses, somebody works in the business, and everybody has a different sort of, nature to which he feels that he would like to devote his time and his energies. That's from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah says, the bread that you eat. Think about the ni'mat. It's not one ni'mat. There's so many ni'mats. The rain comes down, the sun is there, the whole system of the seasons, and the farmer, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put. We don't probably want to be farmers, but some people love farming, right? Even one Sahabi said, I would like to have a farm over there, in Jannah. So when Bedouin, he said, Ya Rasulullah, that's not us. We're not interested in farming. There must be some Ansari, So the farmer wants to farm. And the businessman, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put in his heart the love of the world so that he wants to get his stuff sold here and there. So that ultimately facilitates the reaching of the wheat from the other end of the world, to our city, our country, and then ultimately somebody has been given the desire to become a baker and so forth and so on. And so this whole chain of, mutual helping in such a way that the affairs of the world manifest. This is all part of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's qudra. Think about it. These millions of different occupations, and as a result of that, everything is manifesting as we see. So when it's based on birr and taqwa, then the whole system, produces amazing things, as it did during the time of Rasulullah and the Khulafa al-Rashida. If not, when we lose this consciousness, then it breaks down into, mutual helping on terms of tribe or family or country or region, and the whole system just collapses, and we have like what we see in the world today. So the only way out from this quagmire that we live in today, or any time for that matter, is the acquisition of taqwa and the mutual exhortation, the mutual cooperation to acquire the fruits of taqwa, which is righteous action, and stop all forms of aggression and transgression. And in doing so, inshallah, we'll have a Jannat in this world, and a big one, and an everlasting one in the next. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq. Ameen thumma ameen wa khayra da'wana. Alhamdulillah.